Shalom, family. Shalom. I've done some research and I'm shocked at what I found. I want to give all praise to the Father, to the Holy Spirit, and to our brother Christ. So I want to go back to Isaiah 23 with you guys. And we're going to go down to verse. Oh, Lord, my husband upstairs singing to the kids. Oh, Lord. Okay. And it shall come to pass in that day that Tyre shall be forgotten 70 years, according to the days of one king. After the end of 70 years shall Tyre sing as an harlot. And when I made that first video, I said, so what do this mean? One king reigned for 70 years? I ended up typing in king that reigned for 70 years, and I came up with this. Thai king Boombibo, I can't pronounce it, dies after 70-year reign. Thailand's king Boombalo Adahi has died aged 88. 88, y'all. And then 7 decades on the throne, during which he became a unifying father figure and a rare source of stability in a country that has weathered more than a dozen coups since he came to power in 1946, aged just 18. A statement from the royal household Borough said Bhumibol, who was the world's longest reigning monarch, passed away peacefully on Thursday at 3:52 on Thursday at Sirira Hospital in Bangkok. Thailand's Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha, dressed in a black suit, appeared on domestic television channels minutes after the announcement to say that the nation will observe a year-long mourning period. Died in 2016. A year later, it's 2017. And that was last year. Oh. I don't tell the exact date. Just tell the time and the day, Thursday. So I say, confirm that Prince Maha will ascend to the throne. Through in a later statement, he said there would be a delay in appointing as he had asked for time to mourn with the country. Channels in Thailand, including foreign satellite stations such as the BBC and CNN, have been replaced with black and white royal broadcasts. Bhumibol had been absent from public life for years. His death throws an already politically turbulent Thailand into a haze of uncertainty that is unprecedented in its modern history. Most Thais have only known King Bhumibol. I don't know. I'm going to stop trying to say it, y'all. On the throne, and his influence has superseded that of the bickering politicians since the closing days of the Second World War. As soon as the palace confirmed the news, the crowd outside Saraje Hospital let out a cry, and mourners hugged each other. Some people were wearing yellow, the king's color, but many wore pink, which was named years ago by royal astrologers as a color beneficial for the monarch's well-being. They had been chanting, "Long live the king," for much of the day. Although Bhumibol had been ill for much of the past decade, some people were shocked on hearing he had died. Dozens of mourners who had spent much of the past week at the hospital on the west side of the river made their way back to central Bangkok, dazed and fatigued. "When we saw the news that he was ill, we just hoped it was fake news," said a woman after stepping off the boat. Another mourner, 24-year-old student, said Thais had spent the evening sending consoling messages to friends and family. During the king's reign, there have been close to 20 attempted or successful coups, the last one in May 2014 when the military junta seized power, but the monarchy has remained revered. The Thailand's many civilian and military leaders crawled on the floor in the presence of the king, illustrated how Bhumibol kept the executive in check, even with the country ostensibly in a continual state of flux. say his constant presence made Thailand one of the most widely cited development successes, becoming a upper income country in less than a generation. He successfully negotiated many times with military leaders to return democracy to the country, but finally left Thailand to the army. Critics of the military junta is said its support for the monarchy as a pretext for grabbing power from the elected government of Yingluck. I can't pronounce this stuff. The sister of Thai King, who was disposed by military in 2006 and fled the country. The constitutional monarch had been treated by doctors for water on the brain and a chest infection in August 2015. On Sunday, the palace said his condition had become unstable. During the closing years of his life, he was mostly hidden from the public, occasionally wheeled out on a bespoke sandy-colored chair to a tour, a new supermarket, or visit a palace. During these outings, Thais kneeled on the road, some crying as their expressionless and silent monarch passed by. So it say they have 3 children, but Crown Prince Maha, their only son and heir, does not command the same affection as his father, causing fears of a rupture in the state structure. However, open discussion of the monarchy is restricted by a strict lèse majesty law that makes criticism of the royal family punishable by years in jail. So it is hard to gauge the popularity on the son. Any Thai can bring a legal case against a person under the lèse majesty law. In 2014, complaints were filed against a woman who wore black on the king's birthday. In August last year, military courts jailed 2 people under the law, one for 30 years and another for 28 years, the heaviest sentences for crime in the country's history, for Facebook posts. Critics of the law say it has been used by military against political opponents. Bumby's death means Queen Elizabeth II is now the longest reigning living monarch. The king ascended to the throne after the still unexplained death of his older brother. His brother, also known as King Rama, was found shot dead in his bedroom in the throne hall in the Grand Palace. Bhumibol later said it was proved that it was not an accident or suicide. Bhumibol postponed his coronation until 1950 to finish his studies in Switzerland. Many of his subjects regarded the king as close to divine. His image is displayed in shops, restaurants, homes across the country. The royal anthem is played in cinemas before films are shown and people are expected to stand. The anthem is also frequently broadcast in parks and on the metro, causing a temporary standstill. The king played the saxophone and loved jazz. He was rarely seen in pictures without a camera around his neck and was a fan of black and white photography, which many suggest stemmed from his preference for simplicity in life. On Thursday, the Bangkok's Post website was black and white in mourning as the world leaders offered condolences. In a statement from the White House, Barack Obama said the king was a tireless champion of his country development who demonstrated unflagging devotion to improving the standard of living of the Thai people. So, just this man reigned for 70 years and he died in 2016 and his son is taking over. Some things that I want to point out about his son. So it say, at first glance, he looks nothing special. Look at this guy with these tattoos and whatever. They're going to probably come try to put me in jail. Oh, Lord. At first glance, he looks nothing special, just another middle-aged man sporting some questionable tattoos and an unwise choice of crop top as he strolls through a German shopping mall. But look closer, and this is no ordinary chap having a midlife crisis. It is His Majesty Maha, King of Thailand, since succeeding his father last year. Nor is this the first time the king's behavior has raised eyebrows. 3 times married with a controversial image and a history that includes making his poodle Fufu Air Chief Marshal in the Royal Thai Air Force. King Maha 64 is no one's idea of a conventional monarch. The video clip of the multi-tattooed Maha surfaced this week on Facebook. The footage was filmed by a Thai citizen at Munich's Rim Arcadian Mall on June 10, 2016, 6 months before Maha ascended to the throne after the death of his father, who had reigned for almost 7 decades. The 44-second clip posted by a French-based Thai dissident called Samasak has been viewed more than 461,000 times and has caused uproar in Thailand, where mocking the monarchy carries a 15-year jail sentence. The authorities have ordered Facebook to take the offending video down and attempted to sue. Facebook itself blocked the footage in the region of Thailand, but that was not enough for everyone. But I mean, it's just, you keep going on. Even his ascension raised eyebrows because although his father died on October 13 last year, he asked for a delay in becoming monarch until December the 1st. December the 1st of 2017. Ain't that interesting? In the event, a regent stood in for him, although his reign was retroactively deemed to have begun on the date of his father's death. At 64, the king, formerly styled as Rama X, is Thailand's olden crown monarch. Maha was born on July 28, 1952. He was not very popular with his fellow pupils. Maha is remembered by one schoolmate as a plump and clumsy, prone to overeating the Thai snacks he kept in the trunk under his bed, and with a facial twitch so bad that his face would seize up violently every 30 seconds. Maha himself revealed that he was so pampered he didn't learn to tie his own shoelaces until he was 12, as that was a task performed for him by flunkies. The only activity he seemed to enjoy was combined cadet force, assuming a kind of officer role and bullying his fellow cadets. He was also prone to maniacal giggling in the night, waking up the rest of the dormitory. All this being the case, perhaps it should not be too much of a surprise that life did not go entirely smoothly from then on. After a spell at the Royal Military College in Duntroon, Canberra, Australia, and some further education, he was made Crown Prince on December 28, 1972. There ensued a riotous life marked out by womanizing, as noted by his own mother, Queen Sirikit, on a trip to the U.S. in 1982. My son, Crown Prince, is a little bit of a Don Juan. He is a good student, a good boy, but women find him interesting, and he finds women even more interesting. If the people of Thailand do not approve the behavior of my son, then he would either have to change his behavior or resign from the royal family. When I read that, it made me think of the scripture in Daniel 11, when it say, neither shall he regard the God of his fathers, nor the desire of women, nor regard any God, for he shall magnify himself above all. Now, do this actually mean that that they saying he gay? I don't think so. I think it just say that he have no regard for nobody's feelings, not the women, like they said. He a womanizer. So, he don't really care about, because, some guys, womanizers, they don't care about women. They feel like I can get the next one, or, whoever come along. So I don't know if this scripture is saying that, he gonna be gay. For he shall magnify himself above all, even the women that he deal with. So I don't think it's saying that he won't, that he gonna be gay. I think it's just saying that he ain't gonna have no regard for the women in his life. So let's go back to this and talk about, the women that he deal with and how he's a womanizer, and his wife is here in the U.S. with their 3 sons, and they was stripped of their titles. Only his daughter is a princess still. But it's just a lot of information here. Now, it said that him and Queen Elizabeth is now the oldest monarch. And because it was talking about the Isles a lot, she could be a contender for this. How long is Queen Elizabeth's reign. Okay, so she been on the throne 65 years. 65 years, but the other guy been on the throne for 70 years. I really think it's pointing to him because it talks about in 23. Hold on. So it talked about a lot of stuff. It say, "Is this your joyous city whose iniquity is of ancient days? Her own feet shall carry her afar off to sojourn. Who have taken this counsel against Tyre, the crowning city, whose merchants are princes, whose traffickers are honorable of the earth." Okay. So it say that they went afar off. Obviously they don't, they move. They moved. These people, Thai say they from China. We know that Chinese are Canaanites. The Chinese are Canaanites. They are son of Canaanite. Canaan had a son named Sidon, and the Chinese are his offspring. So it say, "Be still, you inhabitants of the isle, though whom the merchants of Zidon that pass over the sea have replenished." I don't know if that have anything to do with Sidon, who was son of the Canaanites. That's just speculation. But it say, "Tyre shall be forgotten 70 years, according to the days of one king. After the end of 70 years shall Tyre sing as a harlot." So maybe we should keep an eye out for Thailand, because when you, and it say that it hold on. When you look it up, it say Thailand is a Southeast Asian country. It's known for its tropical beaches, opulent royal palaces, ancient ruins, and ornate temples displaying figures of Buddha. Let's go back to Isaiah 23. "Is this your joyous city whose antiquity is of the ancient days?" What did it say about Thailand? Royal palaces and ancient ruins and ornate temples displaying figures of Buddha. In Bangkok, the capital, an ultra modern cityscape rises next to quiet canal side communities and the iconic temples Wat Arun, Wat Pho, and the Emerald Buddha Temple. Nearby beach resorts including, but listen, this is kind of fitting, y'all. Not what I expected. I wasn't expecting Thailand. So it's say Thailand, officially the Kingdom of Thailand and formerly known as Siam, is a unitary state at the center of the Southeast Asian Indo-Chinese peninsula, composed of 76 provinces and over 68 million people. Thailand is the world's 50th largest country by total area and the 21st most populous country. The capital and largest city is Bangkok, a special administrative area. Thailand is bordered to the north by Myanmar and Laos, to the east of Laos and Cambodia, to the south of the Gulf of Thailand and Malaysia, and to the west by the Andaman Sea in the southern extremities of Myanmar. Its maritime boundaries include Vietnam and the Gulf of Thailand to the southeast, and Indonesia and India on the Andaman Sea to the southwest. Although nominally a constitutional monarchy and parliamentary democracy, the most recent coup in 2014 established a de facto military dictatorship. Look at that emblem. So we got the Andaman Sea there in the South China Sea. I'm blew away, y'all. Thai peoples migrated from southwestern China to mainland Southeast Asia from the 11th century. The oldest known mention of their presence in the region by the exonym Siamese dates to the 12th century. Various Indianized kingdoms such as the Mon, the Khmer Empire, and Malay states ruled region, competing with Thai states such as I can't pronounce these names, which rivaled each other. European contact began in 1511 with the Portuguese diplomatic mission to Ayutthaya, one of the great Ayutthaya. Now, if y'all know, Haya mean I am. One of the great powers in the region, Ayutthaya reached its peak during cosmopolitan Nari's reign, gradually declining thereafter until being ultimately destroyed in 1767 in a war with Burma. Taksin quickly unified the fragmented territory and established the short-lived Thonburi kingdom. He was succeeded in 1782 by Buddha Yaf Chulakoli, the first monarch of the Chakrai dynasty and founder of the Radhanokisan kingdom, which lasted until the early 20th century. Through the 18th and 19th century, Siam faced pressures from France and the United Kingdom, including forced concessions of territory, but it remained the only Southeast Asian country to avoid direct Western rule following a bloodless revolution in 1932. Siam became a constitutional monarchy and changed its official name to Thailand, while it joined the Allies in World War I. Thailand was an Axis satellite in World War II, and in the late 1950s, a military coup revived the monarchy's historically influential role in politics. Thailand became a major ally of the United States and played a key anti-communist role in the region. Apart from a brief period of parliamentary democracy in the mid-70s, Thailand was periodically alternated between democracy and military rule. In the 21st century, Thailand endured a political crisis that culminated in two coups and establishments of the current 20th constitution by a military junta. So, yeah, I think this is something that we should definitely keep an eye on. Thailand and their new king. Definitely think we should keep an eye on them. Let's just see what's going on in the news with Thailand really quick. Thailand to spend billions on satellites from unknown companies. Thailand's minor to bid for all of Spain's NH hotel groups. So I just want to see one other thing before I end the video, because it's like I stop the video and I still be looking for stuff, and I have to come back with another video. Okay, so nothing on background in Thailand. I think we should keep an eye on Thailand. Yes, I do. This is suspicious. And nothing is ever a coincidence. I've learned that. Shalom, saints. Till we meet again.